up, guys? Welcome back. Project Elevation, running through this. In the first video you saw, we laid a little groundwork by getting the doors prepped, getting our front speakers, rear speakers installed, some block off plates. If you guys didn't catch that video, go back and check it out. In this video, A-pillars. Game on. All right, welcome back to Project Elevation. So in this video, like we talked about in the intro, we're gonna be setting up the A-pillars. We are modifying the A-pillar in this vehicle. This is kind of a rough template that we have that we were just doing some mock-up on to see some shapes. In the front stage of this vehicle, we're doing again, the speakers are all from Focal. It's their Utopia M profile line. So we have 8 WMs going in the front doors, which you should have saw in the first video. If you guys didn't watch that one, go back and check it out. The back door speakers, we just installed a coax from Focal. It's in their integration line. In this video, we're gonna modify the pillars. So we're gonna go over to the laser, we're gonna draw some files, which we kind of already did, but take you in there, show you what we got. But so we did a rough mock-up, which is the wood panel you saw on the A-pillar. Right now, we test all our fitment and stuff, so then we come over here to the laser, we modify the video, I'm making the video. We modified the file from the template that we had cut, and we kind of do a couple steps, right? So the first thing we did is we made a wood template. We did it out of 1/4" MDF just to check some fitment. Once we got happy with the shape, we go and we transfer that file, get it all set up to run an acrylic. And so once we get our layers of acrylic, what we're gonna go ahead and do here is we're gonna get the panel masked up. Then we're going to obviously put our templates together that are coming off the laser, but we're gonna go ahead and cut the pillar out. Go ahead and get this set back at the angles we want and get it recessed as far as we can, make sure we're happy with the shapes. Once we're happy with the shape, what we're gonna go ahead and do, we'll get it molded to it, and we'll do some body work, get her all situated. So you guys take a ride with us. Pillars are my favorite thing to do, so we're gonna make these pretty awesome. And again, it's our demo vehicle, so it's gotta speak. So let's go ahead and get running.
Marcus.
Okay, fresh out of that time lapse. So just to catch up what we did in the time lapse there, you guys saw us put our templates together for the pillar. It's gonna house, I didn't even mention last time, I started telling you guys what we're doing in the front stage, and then I stopped because I started talking about the doors. But we are doing a 3.5 W, whoa, what's it called? I'm sorry, yeah, 3.5 WM from Focal on the Utopia line, and a TBM, which is their tweeter. So a 3.5 and a tweet, basically. So we did get drivers loaded in the templates after we got the templates put together. The reason it was a little tricky, you saw us using some like alignment blocks to try to get those on. We only have like an 1/8" wall right here. So it's just very, very tiny parts. Not something I'd happily do by hand, but thank God for that laser. So at this point, what we're gonna do, let's show you, we're gonna get you set up in the truck. So we did get the one, let's see. So we got one of the pillars back in, and if you notice what we did is we've cut out where the templates sit that house our driver, or drivers, forgive me. And so what we're going to do at this point is we have to move the harnesses behind the A-pillars. We got this little guy just in the way of where our speaker's going to go, so we're going to relocate some of this. But the reason we loaded the drivers in there is we're going to take those now. We've prepped the panels, we prepped the templates, loaded the drivers. Now we reinstall the A-pillars. We're going to mask up some of the dash, but we're going to go ahead and get those templates put on, and we're going to help the drivers to help us align them, basically. So we're coming off of that metal of the A-pillar from behind where we're mounting, and the depth of the driver will help us use it as a gauge, basically. So if we see one driver's 1/4 inch off, the other driver needs to be 1/4 inch off, and hey, they're aligned. You know what I mean? So, and we're gonna look at some basic aiming when we put them in there. We have a general rule of thumb we like to stick to when we're aiming pillars. Again, pillars are probably one of my favorite things to do. I say that, and some of them beat me up, but I do enjoy doing them. So, and we have some aiming processes that we use. Thankfully, our DSPs today will correct any kind of like issues we need to correct. I mean, we don't, this isn't the 90s, we don't have to aim speakers specifically anymore. Now we can correct them, but back when placement was a thing, we still consider it, obviously, because it makes the tuning process a lot easier. But yeah, let's get you guys set up in a time lapse. We're gonna get these pillars back installed. We're just gonna keep on moving, man. Project Elevation, she's rolling, man. We're having a lot of fun with this. So let's go ahead and get these in, get these mocked up, and let's get them done, dude. Let's go. after like 18,576 measurements, we basically got these where we're happy with them. So I do love the shape, man. I think the shape sits on the pillar really well, but at this point we have them, we got some blocks in there just to try to get them similar. So we cheat with some of these blocks, man. After we mock these up, we tend to use, like when we fill in all these gaps and stuff before we body work, we make sure that these are cut identical. You know, so when we cut this one, we go ahead and router a template for the other side, and that way we know that they're aligned. So we use anything that we can control to alleviate some of the measurement process, because it does get tedious. We do, you know, but ultimately, like I said, some of those tricks we have for alignment, it's a happy marriage, you know what I mean? Because we have some ideas as to how we want them aimed, but then we consider how we want them to look cosmetically, and we factor in what the client's expecting regarding the aesthetics of the finished product, so that way they're not, I mean, so they're not massive pillars. We can't have some like Clydesdale hoofs on our dash, but after we find that happy split, we end up with a pillar we're happy with. So at this point, what we're gonna do, we know everything fits, so we're gonna go ahead and get these out. We're gonna start doing some body work on these, and we'll start to see them take some shape. I think we may have to do a little bit of work around the handle, but if I place these right, it should be pretty straightforward. So, and I'm pretty confident we're looking good. So the hardest part about finishing these is gonna be doing a little bit of Bondo matching to the dash, but I got some ninja fingers to get in there, and yeah, we'll get them looking good. So like I said, pillars are, I really enjoy doing some pillars. So seeing them come together, I think it's probably one of the most satisfying things we do, you know? So with that, let's go ahead and keep running. We got quite a bit of body work to do, and after pillars, we got a box and a system and amps and cabling and everything else. So let's go ahead and keep on moving and keep Project Elevation in the positive. that time lapse, here's where we ended up. We got our panels over here. We finished all the body work on them. Got some primer on them. We prime them just to kind of get a uniform top coat, and it makes it a little bit easier for us to see the panels, see just what the fabrication looks like and what the final product's gonna look like. But we got our templates in here, like our trim rings, just trying to take a look, make sure everything still fits appropriately. So we're gonna go ahead, these are dry, so we're just gonna scuff them up, make sure everything's good. We actually guide coat these too, just to make sure everything's straight, you know, because we'll see all that under the vinyl. So make sure we just dot our I's and cross our T's. So outside of that, we're gonna go ahead and get these worked. We're gonna get some glue on them, get them wrapped, and get them installed. So you guys stay with us. All right guys, we're gonna take a quick second. We're gonna spin the record back, go over a few things. I know we haven't had well, we've had some time lapse in here, we've had some regular footage, but we wanted to take a second and go over car stereo 101, okay? In this scenario, we watched a good bit of video content at this point. So if you're watching the video, you've seen that we've gone over the template process, how we put the templates together, aiming them, setting them up. Scott talks about, man, A-pillars are my favorite thing to do, but some of them beat me up. Man, I should have got myself there, man. So we were going through the process, and we got the panel wrapped, got it installed, and I'm gonna be honest, man, sometimes real world car stereo problems happen, and we scrapped the project. So project elevation 1, Scott 0. Moral of this story, don't be like Scott. So what happened was we got them put together, and honestly, they're in there. The bodywork of the dash, like we had thought, was really, really difficult. So we did get it complete. We got it wrapped. Just weren't real happy with the serviceability of it. Everything was barely fudged in there, and it didn't have the service to offer us the longevity we want for what we're trying to represent in our demo vehicle. So different approach. It's the beauty of car stereo. So what we did is, bear with me. So we went back to step 1, cut some new templates for the pillars. So we're gonna get these put on there and begin again. So sometimes real world, this stuff happens. We do our best to make things fit where it's not always the most appropriate for them to fit. And sometimes, thankfully it happens seldom, but we just, I guess in the great words of Kenny Rogers, right? You gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them. So we pulled the plug on where we were. Gonna take a different approach, just rewind, get back to it, and get running. So we're gonna go back through. You're gonna see some rework, some similar to the process you saw in the beginning of the video there, but these will work, I promise. So stay with us. So we got the, now that we're out of fix our mistake here, new panel, bodywork, ready to wrap. So I think I basically got us caught up to where we were. We're gonna go ahead and go into super fast YouTube mode. We're gonna pretend nothing ever happened, and this is exactly how we started. And Project Elevation has been killer. So let's go ahead and go into time lapse, and we'll get these pillars wrapped up for real this time. So here we go. you guys. So we're gonna get this last one wrapped up. Again, first time around is what we're telling ourselves. So we did get caught up, thankfully. We got these wrapped, got them installed. So the other thing we're gonna have to finish up is gonna have to be the grills. I'm a little on the fence as to how we're gonna finish them. There's a lot of different options in the vehicle that gives us a lot of different options as to how we finish these. I have an idea. I think what we're gonna do is, I just don't know if we're going to wrap the grill or if we're going to paint it like a gloss black. Personally, there's a lot of like piano gloss finish in the truck. I think it would look really sharp. Just on the fence. So we're gonna go ahead, get this one wrapped. We're gonna go back into super fast YouTube mode. We'll go ahead and get this one wrapped, get it installed, and then we're gonna get on to doing our pressed grills and all that other good stuff. So here we go. All right, here we go. So in the last time lapse, other than looking crazy wrapping panels after I watched that back, but we got these wrapped, they're all good to go. We actually had them installed in the truck overnight. We pulled them back out because we're gonna work the grills right now. We do have to get a couple magnets mounted in this, and then our trim right here. We took a 1/64 of an inch off of these because we had them prepped for paint, but we are gonna wrap these in a vinyl. We gave it some time looking at it. Like again, we put the jigs in overnight, and then we just kind of, we sit on it. You know, we look at it, see how it looks, think about the options. But we're gonna get some magnets put in these. We're gonna get these wrapped. We're gonna do some pressed grills, and we're gonna go ahead and wrap these pillars up. So let's get on in and get these wrapped up and keep on moving because the box is calling my name. So here we go. All right, let's show you real quick how these work. So we did our rabbets. I don't know if you can see, but it's actually really hard to see. But basically there's a 3/16 rabbet on the inside just to keep our grill mesh flat. And then there's a very, very small 3/16 rabbet on the outside just to flush our vinyl. That way our magnets make the contact we want, you know? So basically this guy come in here and she's in there. So we only did 2 magnets in this one. For this grill, that's all that was really necessary, man. I mean, these are gonna pressure fit pretty decent, and we just left enough slack on them that there's just no adhesive or anything that has to go under them. That way, heaven forbid you hit any bumps or anything like that, they're not coming out. Or hot and cold day differences, you know, magnets are kind of that reassurance. So keeps it in there, keep it locked in. So now we're gonna go make some press grills. Gonna get these filled up with some grill mesh. We're just gonna do a 1/4 inch press, so we'll walk you through that in the time lapse, and then yeah, finish getting some paint on those and get these pillars installed. So here we go. All right, I guess we're there. My wood shop looks like a bomb went off, so it probably means we're pretty close. So let's go ahead and show you what we got in the last time lapse there. I know we kind of made a little jump, but we were wrapping up that last trim, and we did our grills, painted our grills, got the grills installed, up to the speakers. Here's what we got. So really, really stoked on these, man. I think these came out really nice. So fitment wise, they're perfect. They keep similar lines. These curves, man, that little step that we did in the bottom, man, I argued with myself about it, but it's just repeated so many times in the vehicle. We took some of the shape from the panel there where the handle is. You see where the silver comes in and it steps down. So that's kind of the where the inspiration for the shape came from. So and those little step downs are all over this interior. So came out really, really nice though. So again, the client just wanted them to disappear. This is our demo truck. We wanted it, it's a daily driver as well as a demo truck, and just wanted them to disappear. We wanted something that looked custom, that was respectful to the interior, and just made a statement, but was tasteful, you know? So, and I think we accomplished all those things. So after building them twice. But with all that being the case, we're gonna go ahead and get this wrapped up. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Real life car stereo, man. You know, the things we do, just don't forget they're custom. I mean, it's, we put things where they didn't go before, you know? So it's the process we go through, there's a lot of things we do to get things to fit, and sometimes it just doesn't work out, you know? So we do our best, and we have a lot of tricks in our tool bag, you know, but again, sometimes it just doesn't work. So we adapt, we overcome, we come into a different situation, one that's a little more appropriate, and I'll be honest, I'm glad we ended up where we ended up. I like these a lot better. So hopefully you guys again enjoyed the video. Project Elevation coming together, man. We're really excited. Here soon we're gonna get it playing. So stick with us. I think one of the next videos we're gonna be getting into is the enclosure. We're gonna do some really cool work on the enclosure and stuff. So make sure you guys are hitting that notification bell up in the top right. Follow us, man. You guys follow us, you'll get all this content coming at you. So just stick with the video series. We're having a lot of fun and hope you guys are too. So help a guy's algorithm too, man. Go in there, drop some comments, some likes. Let us know what you think of the videos and stuff. And so we'll keep them coming. So you guys, yeah, we're out. Catch you on the next one.